Hello everyone, I hope you all are well at home. Okay, in this video today I am going to discuss the heating effect of electric current. These are some of the topics mentioned here to be discussed in this video. The first one is heating effect of electric current, cause of heating effect, heat produced in a conductor by electric current, and so on. So without wasting much time, I'm going to move on to the next slide, that is heating effect of electric current. What is heating effect of electric current? So it is very simple with this statement only that when the electric current passes through the conductor, heat is produced, and this is known as heating effect of electric current. How does the heat produce? This should be a question, that how this metallic conductor produces heat. Cause of heating effect of electric current. How does the electric current causes the heating effect? So we know that these atoms and ions and electrons are in random motion in a conductor. So whenever we apply an external source of electricity to this conductor, these free electrons move in a particular direction. Okay. So when we apply any external source of electricity to the conductor, these free electrons present in the conductor collide with the atoms and ions which are present in random motion in a conductor. And when they collide, they produces vibration of large amplitude which can increase the kinetic energy of the electrons. And when this kinetic energy increases or they produces vibration in that, it increases the temperature of the conductor, and increase in temperature means the heat is produced, and in this way the heat is produced in the conductor. So this is how, when we apply any external source, electrons collide with the atoms and ions, thereby increasing their kinetic energy and hence increases their temperature, and the heat is produced. So this is the cause of heating effect of electric current. Next one is heat produced in a conductor by electric current. So this is mathematical here. Now consider a conductor of resistance R, एक कंडक्टर जिसका रेजिस्टेंस R है, connected to a battery whose potential difference is V. So work done in carrying a Q amount of charge, potential difference we have already discussed. So work done in bringing or carrying Q amount of charge through a potential difference V in the conductor. Work done means Q into V. If this charge Q is flowing through the conductor in time t, then we are having charge Q is equals to IT, current into time. Substituting this in equation 1, we get W is equals to VIT. I know it is not that easy because I am not solving here, but everything is written so clearly. Just go through it and you will come to know what I am going to do, because I have already discussed in the previous video also the related topics. Okay, so now W is equals to VIT. So if the conductor connected to a battery is purely a resistor of resistance R, then total work done is converted into heat, and this work done can also be termed as heat produced. Okay, thus heat produced is H is equals to VIT. That means just look at the previous one, W is equals to VIT, which is now given as heat produced, because this work done only is going to be converted as heat, as we have discussed that how does the heat produce through the current. Okay, so using Ohm's law, we know that V is equals to IR. So we may write equation 3 as follows. H is equals to I square RT. So whenever you have been given the current, the resistance and the time, so heat produced or the work done can be given as I square RT. Okay. In place of this also, through Ohm's law only, H is having another value, that is V square by R upon T. Move to the next one, that is Joule's law of heating. Now what is this? This is again a mathematical law. अभी जो हमने discuss करी थी. This is this one only. This is only the Joule's law of heating. How do we get that? According to Joule's law of heating, the amount of heat produced in a conductor is directly proportional to three things here. Like I square. जितना ज़्यादा करंट होगा उतना ही ज़्यादा हीट फ्लो करेगा. ओके, टू द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ द कंडक्टर. कंडक्टर में जितना बड़ा रेजिस्टेंस होगा उतनी बड़ी हीट प्रोड्यूस करेगा. लेट मी गिव यू एन एग्जांपल ऑफ आयरन. ओके, वी आयरन आवर क्लोथ्स. उसमें जितना अच्छा रेजिस्टेंस होगा वो उतने अच्छे से आयरन को हीट करेगा. सो heat produced is directly proportional to resistance also, to the time for which the current is passed through the conductor. For example, toaster. We have toaster at home. It also works on this only. उसमें हम करंट पास करवाएंगे. जितना ज़्यादा करंट फ्लो करेगा, अच्छा वोल्टेज होगा तो हीट अच्छी प्रोड्यूस करेगा. रेजिस्टेंस अच्छा यूज़ होगा तो अच्छी हीटिंग प्रोड्यूस होगी एंड वेरी इजीली और वेरी क्विकली यू आर गोइंग टू टोस्ट योर ब्रेड. Okay, and time also. You have to give enough time to the toaster to be heat up. Then only it will give you a perfect toast sandwich. Okay, so all the three things are current, resistance and time on which the heat produced is depend. So if we will connect all the three, we will get H directly proportional to I square RT. Okay, move to the next one. Practical applications of heating effect of electric current. The first one is, I have already discussed, electric heater, geyser, iron, etc. This works on the principle of heating effect of electric current. Actually, this device contains a heating element which is made up of nichrome, which is having a very high resistance. That is why it produces a large heating effect. Second one is electric bulb, which glows when electric current is passed through the filament of the bulb, and that filament is made up of tungsten. That tungsten, when becomes hot on passing electric current through it, and when it becomes hot, it produces heat and light, which glows and which also gives heat. Less amount of heat is there, but still it gives heat, it becomes hot, so that if you will touch it, if for longer hours the bulb is glowing and after that you are going to touch that bulb, you can imagine how much hot it would be. Okay, the third one is electric fuse. Now it is a safety device consisting of a thin wire it is, which is made up of a metal or an alloy of tin and copper, which is a very low melting point. So basically what the work of electric fuse is, a fuse is always connected in the live wire and it is in series with the electrical circuit. So whenever the current exceeds flows to the conductor its safe value, then the temperature of fuse wire increases. क्योंकि इसका low melting point है तो इसका जो temperature होता है, means its temperature get increases and due to heat the fuse wire melts and it breaks the circuit. So thereby it prevents any electric damage. Okay, so the current stops flowing in the circuit and this saves electric circuit from burning. Okay. The last one is, the fuses used for domestic purposes are rated as 1 ampere, 2 ampere, 3 ampere, 5 ampere, 10 ampere, etc. etc. The maximum current which can flow through a fuse without melting is known as the rating of the fuse. वो current which can flow through a fuse without melting it is known as rating of that fuse. So कितने ampere का fuse हमें use करना है, that is up to us. It depends upon the consumption of the house. For example, if an electric heater consumes 1 kilowatt electric power when operated at 220 volt, a current of 1000 upon 220, that is 4.54 ampere, will flow in the circuit. So this is the amount of current. We have divided that watt upon voltage. That is going to give you the amount of current flowing in the circuit. Hence a fuse of 5 ampere rating must be used because 4.54 ampere is the requirement. So 5 ampere rating fuse can be used. So this is just an example. It depends upon the type of consumption, or the amount of consumption in your house, and that kind of fuse we are going to use in our houses. These are the practical applications. Now next is electric power. What is power? Power is actually the amount of work done per unit time. It can be defined as a rate of doing electric work. I hope it is visible to everyone. Electric power may be defined as a rate of doing electric work or consumption of electrical energy. कितनी इलेक्ट्रिकल एनर्जी हमने कंज्यूम करी है, और रेट ऑफ डूइंग वर्क मीन्स वर्क डन अपॉन टाइम. रेट ऑफ, आई हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड, रेट ऑफ मीन्स वी हैव टू डिवाइड इट बाय टाइम. सो मैथमेटिकली इलेक्ट्रिक पावर विल बी इक्वल्स टू वर्क डन अपॉन time taken or energy consumed upon time taken. Both the things we are going to take. P is equals to W upon T or P is equals to E upon T. Now we know that W is equals to VIT. We have discussed it in this video only. So P is equals to VIT upon T. T and T can be cancelled, then P is equals to VI. This is one formula of power, voltage into time. We are going to use this in numericals, that is why it is highlighted here. Also we know that W is equals to I square RT. Whatever we have learned about W here, now we are going to put in the formula of power. W is equals to I square RT. So electric power will be equals to I square RT upon T. T and T again cancelled, I square R. Further we have W is equals to V square upon R into T. So power will be equals to V square upon R into T into 1 upon T. Why into 1 upon T? Because power is equals to work done upon time. So this is 1 upon T, that will be equals to V square upon R, or P is equals to V square by R. These are the three formulas which we are going to use in the numericals. This was electric power. Next is, what is the unit of power? Since power is equals to work done upon time, we know that the unit of work done is joule and time is second. So unit of power will be joule per second, which is also known as watt, WATT, denoted by capital W. So 1 watt will be equals to 1 joule per second. So I think with the last one you might come to know that text would be the definition of 1 watt. The electric power of an electric appliance is said to be 1 watt. Power 1 watt तब होगी जब 1 joule of electrical energy is consumed by it in 1 second. So from relation P is equals to VI, 1 watt is equals to 1 volt into 1 ampere. 1 watt may also be defined as the power of a device that carries 1 ampere of current when operated at a potential difference of 1 volt. Clear, I guess? Bigger units of power are kilowatt and megawatt. So what are the conversions here? 1 kilowatt is equals to 1000 watt, that means 10 to the power 3 watt, or 1 megawatt will be equals to 10 to the power 6 watt. Okay, commercial unit of power is horsepower. You might have heard about this. So 1 HP is equals to 746 watt. Now commercial unit of electrical energy, that is kilowatt hour, which we use at home also. 1 kilowatt hour is also known as 1 unit. You might have heard about the electricity bill at home, that this month these many units have been used, or this much have been used. So this is actually the kilowatt hour, unit of electrical energy consumed at your place. This is that. So 1 kilowatt hour is the amount of electrical energy consumed by an electric appliance of power 1 kilowatt when it is operated for 1 hour. See, kilowatt hour is a combination of the unit of power, that is kilowatt, and hour. So for how many hours particular kilowatt power is working. This is used to be calculated by the meters at our homes. Okay, which is also known as BOTU, Board of Trade Unit. You might have heard about this word by that electrician. Now relation between kilowatt hour and joule. Kilowatt hour is the unit of electrical energy used at home, and joule is the unit of work or heat. So we know that 1 kilowatt hour is equals to 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. 1 kilowatt means 1000 watt, or 1 hour means 60 into 60 seconds. Multiply this and you will get Ws, that is equals to joule. So 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule is equals to 1 kilowatt hour. Clear? And here the topic is finished. Your chapter is finished. In the next video, I am going to discuss some of the questions based on this only, which we have discussed in the video today. Thank you. Take care.